Welcome back to the Last Stop on the L. It's your boy Mayhem Mike with my co-host.
It's the influential, the instrumental, and always monumental DannyOcion, a que bueno, good people.
Welcome back. It was our second episode. We got a lot to talk to you about. It's the end of the year, folks. You ready?
We blowing up, Mayhem. We blowing up. I mean, we got static guards. We got food. Listen, we living life out here, okay, fam?
I like how my co-host completely obliterated the fact that he's been drinking this strawberry from Bud Light.
Sir, that is juice, okay? That is all. It's my cup. Since I listened to the Honorable Minister Farrakhan, all I do is eat bean pies and drink juice.
Shout out to Bud Light. We're looking for a sponsorship. Strawberry Rita. So we got a great show for you today. We're going to recap on some of the things that we talked about, like the Black Nerd. It's been a year for the Black Nerd, particularly Issa Reyes with Insecure blowing up. The last time we spoke about it, brothers weren't really up on it. I had a chance to look it up, and Danny, let me tell you, it is the bee's knees. It is what's going down. It is what's happening, okay? A lot of things that's been coming up is, of course, the cheating that was involved. A lot of people seem to overstep, miss the fact that she kind of brought a lot of things on herself because of the way she was handling her relationships. Not necessarily her fault, but the way she kind of handled a lot of things. She could have done it better. And then, of course, the whole enabling versus cheating thing. You know what I'm talking about, Danny?
Not at all, because I do not have HBO access, but I do have access to Black Twitter, and what I've seen from that show is people feel some type of way about Issa Rae's boyfriend. Having never watched a single episode, I know he broke. I know he trifling.
True.
I know she cheated on him. Mm-hmm. And people, depending on your agenda, were either mad because she took him back to let his struggling ass live off of her for a couple more months, or proud that she gave him a second chance after she did him dirty. I mean, he sound trifling, Mike. Let's be honest, he sound a little trifling. Like, this highfalutin even.
Well,
why's my accent Southern, by the
the Southern music we listened to before. So, the actual case for Lawrence, that's that character's name, is that he's an educated man. He has a degree. I want to say he has a bachelor's. I want to say at least.
Yeah, because they said that he was looking for a job, but he had not found work with his degree.
Right, but that's the thing. He was holding out for a job that would use his degree.
That sounds like a thing an American would do. That's not the immigrant mentality. You paying, I'm staying. That's...
Well, that's the thing. He's very proud of his accomplishments. And then what happens is, Issa wasn't feeling the fact that he was on the couch still. And, she went looking for some consoling elsewhere.
Consoling, I like that word. I'm going to use that. Girl, I wasn't cheating on you. I was getting consoled.
You ever see that skit? The wheelbarrow, the turnaround? So pretty much, so she got consoled by another dude. Mm-hmm. She felt bad about it, and she tried to reconcile that and be like, hey, I'm on Team Us. And the way she handled relationships ended up, pretty much finding out that she cheated on him. He found out after he got a great job at that. And in the ending, which is crazy, I don't know if I could tell you this, but let's just say he left on a good note, okay? One thing I want to bring up is called enabling versus supporting for all my listeners out there. There's a difference between supporting somebody and enabling somebody. So,
how can you tell the difference now?
It's honestly, that's the thing that happens through experience and you just knowing. You have to kind of go through it. Supporting somebody is like, yo, Danny, you need to get out there. You need to get that job and put out the resumes. Nothing's gonna find you necessarily in this market. You know what I'm saying? You got, even if something comes around, listen, go ahead, work at Toys R Us if you need be, but you can always upgrade. Okay. Enabling is like, you know what, you did all the best you could. Stay here, watch another Friends episode and Frasier right afterward. You don't have to worry about anything. You know,
Great
I'm
shows,
supportive.
by the way. Check them out.
Very good shows. So, you know, as much as I love to give Issa credit for being supportive, in actuality, up until after he got the job, she was actually enabling him to sit down on the couch. When he got the job and he was thinking about launching his own app, I'm going to talk about that later another time.
Yeah, I heard about the app. Like, I know a lot about the show. I've never seen a single episode. Shout out to Black Twitter. I'll just... Not even a spoiler alert hashtag. Let me know I'm reading too much. Like, shit.
140 characters, man. I'm sorry. You either know or you know. So then after he got the job and he thought about going forward with it, she was like, do you really want to go back to where you came from? See,
yeah.
That's a supportive person.
Gotcha.
Giving you the real life check that you need.
My question is, though, because here's the thing that I've got gleaned from this, right? Mm-hmm. In the funk that he was in, it wasn't a funk of him not giving any sincere effort.
Yes.
It was a funk of him not finding what he wants and not wanting to settle. And also, from what this sounds like, if he was dealing with a little bit of depression.
Yeah, he was.
Like, that's what it sounds like.
Because, you know, he was actually out there. He was looking. You know, this is pretty like a clear cut. This is not like what everybody else goes through in a sense. He was definitely out there. He was definitely searching. He was getting some offers, and in certain interviews he was bombing, and others he just wasn't making.
Was he making any money at all?
Unemployment. So he was getting financial aid from.
So he was contributing to the household.
He was.
Oh man, this is tough because the immigrant in me is like, yo, just take a job, right?
Right.
A job. I don't care what it is.
Right.
Just take a job. But college educated, you know, American in me who is just kind of like, considering the field he studied, I understand he doesn't want to take that step back because, particularly for our generation, once you take that step back, the long-term implications are just set from stone for you because your salary requirements change. Because it's like, oh, if you start, there's a difference if you start a job at 60,000 and then work your way from that versus if your first job on your resume is like 30,000 or 35,000, then you're trying to get to the 60,000 you should have gotten in the first place based off of your degree. So it's like, I see both sides, but the immigrant in me is too strong. He should have got up and get a job. I'm sorry. What are you doing?
I'm going to have to agree with you only because this was 4 years in the making.
Oh, nah. Oh,
this was 4 years. A lot of people forget that. It wasn't a year. It wasn't even 2 years. It was 4 years.
If I could slap an audible version of the conceited face emoji, I would. Oh my God, that's trifling.
If you're not
4 years,
ladies and gentlemen, if you have,
bro, we changed presidents, he still ain't have a job.
4 years. So they
say you wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't checked it out, Issa Reyes Insecure. It's on HBO. HBO, shout out, come holla at us. We need that sponsorship. You know, I hear HBO's asking for $14 a month. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what you do. You order it, you cancel it. They can only prorate you, right? But finish the series. It's only 30 minutes with 8 shows. 30 minutes.
Yo, why don't you just get a free trial and do all of that? Oh my God.
Well, if you're like me, you already took your free trial years ago. There's a lot of great shows sometimes on HBO. Gosh.
Speaking of great shows, I know it's not next on the agenda item, but since it's a good transition, did you see the trailer for Game of Thrones next year?
Of course I did. Can I tell everybody how excited I am? First of all, Arya, stab some more people. That's all I need you to do. The many-faced God is leaving you alone. Stab some people. I need you.
Listen. You know why I love Game of Thrones? Because Game of Thrones is one of the widest shows on television. Hold up. It's one of the widest shows on television, but I'm not mad. Because I don't want black people in that world. That world is terrible. There's incest. People getting eaten by their dogs. Like dragons. Like, nah. Keep us out. Leave us out of this one. We're good.
We're good. On the other side of the world looking over. Like, no, not yet.
But speaking of it, the trailer, my main thoughts was thinking about, I'm going to go a little bit full nerd with you folks. I'm putting on my glasses right now.
Step aside the booth.
Pardonnez-moi. When Daenerys Targaryen lands at King's Landing, which she probably won't land directly, she'll have to build alliances with people already in Westeros. The only likely person to build an alliance with would be Jon Snow. And the question everyone's been asking since before Jon Snow died, does Jon Snow want that sort of responsibility? Because, I mean, it's being thrust upon him, but there's a difference between a situation making you into something versus you seeking out that situation. I've never gotten an indication that Jon Snow wants to do it. Any of this. at any level. He's just like, I have to do this because I'm the most qualified, and you're trash. Like the rest of y'all, your leadership skills is trash. Like you got no plans.
Y'all ain't listening to me.
Yeah, listen. Y'all out here bickering about, I don't know, some poor broke people out here hunting and living in these cheap furs, and there's snow zombies coming. They're like, oh, the wildlings. They're poverty-stricken huntsmen. Who cares? There are snow zombies. Keep your eye on the prize.
Magical snow zombies that aren't affected by fire anymore.
Remember when that snow zombie king looked at him from that shoreline with his arms up like, come at me, bro? I'd have been like, yo, no, any one of y'all ever question me ever again in your life. Y'all see what I'm seeing right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you have not seen Game of Thrones, you need to get on it. There are numerous moments in Game of Thrones. I can only tell you two things. Number one, pay attention to everything. Number two, don't get attached to any character at all.
And number three, do not trust Littlefinger. Oh my God, you scheming bastard.
True.
That's the shadiest dude in TV history.
Well,
he ranks pretty high up there.
Like forever. Like, for as long as TV has ever been in production. So what I want to actually say really fast about the trailer is that the three things that stay on my mind, of course, obviously Khaleesi, who's her alliances and all that good stuff. But first, will we actually find out the relationship between Jon Snow and his sister? Because after she pulled that move, yeah, it helped him win the war. But she's kind of breaking out that shell.
Yeah. I don't trust her. Like, just facts. Like, listen, if Game of Thrones has taught me anything, is that people in this show will, once they show you their true colors, believe them. Like, believe them. Jon Snow is a good dude through and through. He died being a good dude. He came back, got resurrected from the dead, and was still a good dude, despite having been murdered for it.
He did fulfill his obligation. Like, I'm done.
You know when Sansa stopped being a good dude? When she met that Bolton kid.
Ooh.
Yeah, her kindness died. So if I was John, I'm like, yo, I'm happy to see you, sis, even though you ain't really mess with me like that. I mean, now you have to because I'm like all you got. But, you know, whatever. I'm going to let that go. All right, we cool, I guess, now that we back in, what's the name of the Stark's home territory back? Winterfell. Now that we got the castle back, I mean, everybody's dead, crops are burned, dogs are gone. I mean, but we got it back, right?
Wait. What about the wolves? The wolves, the dire wolves. We got like one left?
Yo, we need to reach out to the World Wildlife Fund. Put them Negroes on the endangered species list because they are dropping like flies.
I can't front. The one that went out like a duck, though, was the one we found out what Hodor meant.
Oh, no, hold up. That one went out like a real thug, though. The reason I say that, because if you watch that video, he jumped into that phrase super gangster, but when he realized he's going to die, it switched up. Like, oh, no, this was a mistake. I thought I was going to make it. Chill out. Oh, my bad, I'm chilling. Like, you can hear, like, he said all that with one bar. First one, it went from to...
Shout out to my co-host for that sound effects. Speaking of things blowing up in somebody's faces.
I like that transition because I think I know where you're going to go. Go ahead.
Thank you, sir. Let's talk about the Samsung Note.
Oh,
my brother DannyOcion has some words to give us. Go ahead, Donnie.
The Samsung Note was the best phone released in 2016, if not for the fact that it blew up. And I know that's a very big issue. Granted, I give you that, right? There are people who currently still own a Samsung Note. Was I disappointed that I had to give them a Note? Absolutely. There wasn't a phone of equal value on the market.
Apple Life.
I don't know nothing about that. But there are some Samsung Note owners that are apparently refusing to give up their phone and figuring out hacks to because Samsung has been trying to brick these phones.
Yes.
They've released a software patch that stopped it from charging. They found a workaround for that. And the rumor is, actually it's not even a rumor, I think Samsung confirmed it. In the coming days, they're going to release a patch that's going to basically kill your phone. Like, no more charging, no more turning on. It's just dead. It's over. And they're trying to plan for that. The Samsung Note is a great phone. I understand you paid a lot of money for it, but Samsung is offering you a free trade-in for another one of their phones if you want to stick with Team Samsung. It's a great phone. There's no phone on the market like it. I get it. I understand. But y'all are all the way crazy. Y'all are 1,000%. There is a bomb in your pocket and you're trying to negotiate with it. Bombs don't have rationales. They just have tickers. Tick, 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 kablooey. Stop it. Give up the phone.
I mean, as much as I laugh at this, it's very serious because airlines won't let you get on the plane with it.
They don't check, though. Just a little fact. They say... we don't allow the Samsung Galaxy Note 7, but real talk, them stewardesses don't know what they look like, and they're not going to ask you about it.
Well, actually, they actually have Samsung people there at certain... I don't know which... See, that's the thing.
In Asia, they have Samsung people at the airport for trade-ins.
Right.
Because them people... give up your phone! How many times? Give up your phone.
Why won't Samsung just send a worldwide disclaimer like, hey, if you decided to use this phone, it's on you?
They can't do it. They have to take it off the market because it's not so much that at this point it's just unsafe for the people who have it. Because if you're in a closed space and this is a fire hazard, like think about all the dangers it poses to other people at this point. So like, listen, it's a great phone. More than likely, let's be honest with ourselves, Samsung is not coming back. It's not going to make a Note 8. They're just not. The brand is dead. There's just no way they can revive it. I truly doubt they'll invest in it. But they see that there's a lot of fan loyalty. They'll probably try to keep some of the features for another update. I know they're currently working on the regular Edge 8 update, which just seems pretty like
stupid.
Who cares? Because like if you're a tech geek like me, you know that it's really the true update comes every 2 years. The year after is just some BS. It's like now it's slimmer than last year. Ooh, that's it. Really? Yeah, I'm gonna keep this phone.
That is actually very true.
But like, just listen. Jokes aside, give up your phone, moron. Let it go. It's a tech device. It's not worth your life or third-degree burns. Like,
it's funny because you said every 2 years. I don't want to take you back a little bit. Remember, contracts used to be every 2 years for phones. You think that maybe is coinciding with that?
I know what you're talking about. That's just merely an unrelated coincidence.
Well, speaking of technology, if we're going to go ahead with this, we need to talk about technology and how it impacts us as Brooklynites. For instance, standing on this, waiting for the 17 bus.
Oh, man, listen. If you're not from New York, y'all understand mass transit is life.
It is.
I know other parts of the country, they drive everywhere. That's cool. I don't know nothing about that. I don't even have a permit.
I do. I have a license. Let me tell you what it is. Those parking fees. Those parking fines. First of all.
New York insurance rates, though? New York insurance rates?
If getting the car doesn't get you, it's the insurance rate, registering it, and then, of course, parking. New York, I think, has the most confusing parking law signs ever. It kind of says you can park between certain times, but then it says you can't park at all. You don't know. You just take the chance and wait for the ticket, honestly.
I don't know nothing about not parking. I mean, my Uber don't park, so... Uber. But... so if you're in New York, you use mass transit, and this year has just been a lot of innovation. I know MTA bus time that wasn't released this year, but I appreciate it this year because the smartphones have gotten better.
Yes,
they've gotten the ability to verify things that New Yorkers have always said for years. Mostly that the B-17 is trash. Now you can be standing at the bus stop, pull out your phone, look on it, and see where all the B-17s on the line are.
That's correct.
And confirm to yourself it is trash because you're standing there waiting for a bus and there's only 2 buses on the entire line. One going in the other direction, the one in your direction just passed you. You're screwed.
You better hop on that dollar van. I don't know what you're talking about. Dollar van or Uber.
But the most important thing that's happened this year is, in theory, since 1919, this is the first time the thing I'm about to talk about was proposed, was in 1919. Let me give you some perspective of how long ago 1919 was. People are like, oh, the cell phone wasn't invented. No. You're missing the point. Most people didn't have phones, period. Point blank.
Home phones.
Commercial air travel was not a thing most people did. Number 2. The Model T was the new hotness.
Yeah, wow.
Okay. Black people didn't have rights, but I mean that feels like doesn't matter what point in history you go back to. Just
I feel like we always go back. I feel like we always go back to that point.
Like it's just I'm about to go back to that point right now, but let's not get into that. What we're talking about, the 2nd Avenue subway is supposed to open its doors January 1st, 2017. We're counting it as 2016 because they're supposed to open its doors 2016, but construction delays. We are in New York after all. Whatever. But listen, this thing was a joke in Mad Men, okay? And it was a relevant joke. In 1960, whatever, it was a joke. It is 2016, and we might finally get to ride this train. Yo, if this train gets one delay, I'm setting it on fire.
Yo, be careful. We're trying to get taken off.
Listen, after nearly 100 years, you better have the most perfect service on this goddamn train. Okay? The escalator needs to glide me down the station into the train car.
Please swipe here.
Because it's like, dog, 100 years to get one train route? That's, oh my goodness. That's just so... I feel in China this isn't a problem. 10 years ago, China didn't have bullet trains.
Yeah.
10 years later, they have the most bullet trains in the world. Period. Why can't we? It took 100 years to get 4 stops. 4 stops.
So anyway, we're gonna go over here and talk about subway Wi-Fi. All right. No, I feel you. Transit. MTA needs to do something better with their trains, with their service, with the display of the service, and even I personally feel like they need to let us know what's going on. So what? Somebody jumped in front of the train. Let us know. Don't tell me that due to traffic ahead or investigation. I want to know. I want to know what to look for in the paper.
Rush hour turns every New Yorker into a sociopath.
Wait.
You're a good person until they're delaying your trip to work. Then you're like, really? You couldn't just I don't know, wait for after rush hour, do this? Like, what's really good to me?
That's true. I've had somebody pass up not now. Get off the train. Like, seriously, get off. But you see, that's the thing. A lot of people are trying to get to where they're going. If you tell them what's going on, then that could help them not only just be calm passengers, but just help them in life. How, you may ask? You know how many times somebody comes to me in a position of work that I am in that happens to coincide with MTA and be like, yo, can you please give me something I can show my boss that I'm running late, that it wasn't my fault? And all I can say is, yo, call that number, 511. Yeah, exactly.
Give me something to show that I was running late?
Exactly. Or it wasn't my fault. I was here on time.
You gotta pull out your phone and turn on that Google tracking feature that shows where you are in the world, depending on your timestamp. Like, MTA got you covered for this.
Especially if you're underground. Ugh. So, and then the great thing about this, of course, is subway Wi-Fi will hopefully help. It's present in certain stations like, 14th Street, Union Square, even in certain places in Brooklyn. Here's the problem with it that I have so far, because I've tried it out. Number one, it kicks you out after 15 minutes. Bruh, really? Like, let me just stay on it, for crying out loud. The second thing is, of course, you gotta sign in, you gotta log in, and you have to view the advertisements. Bruh, really? Can I please just sign on?
Listen. If the MTA wants to do subway Wi-Fi, I am totally okay with it. You know what I am not okay with? Listen, Andrew Cuomo, Bill de Blasio, do not give these Negroes cellular access. I do not want to hear these dumbass phone conversations that I know I will be forced. Do you understand what it's like to be a rush hour in a really packed train, uncomfortably close to a stranger, and hearing them have a conversation about their last doctor's visit? You can't escape that. Yeah, he said the boil wasn't any big deal. Just put this ointment on it, but it's itching me right now. What? Do you have to say this now?
Actual conversations that have been heard.
Keep this to yourself. That's an inside thought.
You know what that reminds me of? It reminds me of Timmy Turner's friend, the one with the boy, and the boy used to speak on his face.
Oh. Yo, that's how you know 2016 is a wild year, because you said Timmy Turner. I just instantly thought of designer
Timmy Turner.
I was just like, damn, I wasn't going to shoot her because she had a conversation about her doctor's visit. That's just wild. Damn, Mayhem, you were turned into a savage in 2016.
Well, I mean, hip hop is very interesting. Come on, hip hop is all for Brooklyn. First of all, I asked some people, what is the official footwear for all Brooklynites? You know what one guy had the nerve to tell me, even though he told me he lived in Brooklyn all his life? He said, Jordans. I was like, sir, you need to give me back your Brooklyn card and go move to Manhattan. The official footwear of Brooklynites is Tim's.
It's either Tim's or whatever helps you get away from the Brownsville dudes.
Okay, facts. Okay, I gotta recap that.
Whatever you need to have on
stick up Brownsville
to
cats.
get away from them Brownsville dudes when they ask you just regular questions. Listen, a dude from Canarsie be like, yo, what time it is? You tell them the time. A dude from Brownsville ask you what time it is.
Start running. Start running.
Don't even ask the question. Just run.
Look ahead of you. See who's in front of you. Plan your route.
He won't even be mad. He's like, you're right. I really was going to rob you. So, respect.
They actually caught some scammers not too long ago.
Oh, really?
Yes, they caught some scammers because this is a stupid catchphrase. They were hitting the shots like Curry. Like that was the cat. They were scammers going into the building, doing whatever they do with the scams, and they were letting other scammers know, yeah, it was hitting like Curry. Really, bro? And then they had the news announcer saying, he was like, and the guys were like, hitting it like Curry. Like, it just didn't sound right. Mark my words, somebody's going to take that news report and make that into a song. Just like the freaking, the Taylor vines, the Kanye West vines, all the other stuff that they use. But that being said, of course, this year of hip-hop has actually been very, very influential, and it's just been awesome. Can we talk about Childish Gambino's, I want to say Serenade? It's like an instrumental, because I actually had a chance to hear it, and you were correct. I only heard him rap like twice.
Listen. There were no bars on that album, okay? Listen.
It was a musical.
Listen.
It was a Broadway musical.
The only place that had less bars than Childish Gambino's album is like a sobriety clinic. That's the only place with less bars. No. I'm not saying it's a criticism. I'm just saying I have come to expect Childish Gambino to do a mixture of singing and rapping. He came out with basically a soul album. Actually, let me take that back. An unexpected soul album in which he has some really standout songs, like Terrified is one of them. I have to check my list because honestly, I heard it the first time. I was just like, this is not what I came here for.
Trash.
No, I didn't say trash. I was like, this is not what I came here for. We'll say so. Me and Your Mama, dope record. Baby Boy, dope record. Terrified, dope record. Redbone, dope record. Rest of the album, couldn't care less. It was my second disappointment of the. No, it was my third disappointment of the year.
Okay, I know Kanye's one, Life of Pablo. Go ahead.
Oh, damn, it was my fourth disappointment of the year.
Oh, my goodness. Name them all. Go ahead.
Views.
Oh.
That's Drake's. I think this album may be peak Drake because it's 4 million records sold.
Right.
His first number one solo single. His first number 2 solo single. And another multiple top 40 hits off the record, right? Mm-hmm. But compared to his other stuff, like as an album, not individual songs, it's the best individual song making he's done in his career. But in terms of like an album, meh. J. Cole, For Your Eyes Only, again, tough records. 2 of them didn't even make the album. Everybody Dies, False Prophets, great records. Immortal, For Your Eyes Only, Neighbors, great records. But the album, for the first time, I understood critics of J. Cole because I'm a huge J. Cole fan. I was bored. Some of those songs I was bored. You know what I don't want to hear as a 30-year-old bachelor? A song about Negro folding coals. I'm sorry. I'm not mad at him for making that record. I'm honestly not. I'm not even judging him. I'm just not in that same mind space as him. So when I listen to this, I'm like, I can't relate. Sorry. I don't know what this is. It's like when Jay-Z goes super rich on you. You're like, koi ponds in the floor? What are you talking about? Like, what are you talking about?
I had to look that up myself.
Kanye was a hot mess.
It's minimalist.
And then Childish Gambino just like, not a bar, not even a single bar. What is this?
I think. What about Ab-Soul? Did you hear the Ab-Soul album?
Okay, listen. Ab-Soul's album is in my phone right now, legally. I want to add, shout out to Top and Punch and Dave Free. You know, support your music, even if it's with streams, only a penny, I don't care. Still counts. I am hesitantly going to listen to that because, to be honest with you, Ab-Soul lyrically may be one of the best rappers in TDE, but he hasn't proved it. He's one of those dudes that has the potential to be the best, but he has yet to be the best. And that's my issue with Ab-Soul. The same thing with his last album. His last album was underwhelming. I'm sorry. There's no other way to say that. Underwhelming. Considering the stuff is you have to understand. Since Ab-Soul's last album was dropped, Kendrick has dropped The Pimp a Butterfly, which was universally regarded. I thought, it's not I'm not saying it's a bad album. I just didn't feel it as much as Good Kid, Mad City. But in terms of taking risks, totally respect it. Schoolboy Q, to me, dropped the best rap album of this year. Blank Face.
Shout out to him.
J-Rock may have disappointed some with his 90059 album, but some of those individual, I really think J-Rock has surpassed Ab-Soul in terms of rankings of TDE. It goes Kendrick's, Q, J-Rock, and Ab-Soul. And when I say Kendrick, Q, and J-Rock, I don't mean that Kendrick is outpacing them dramatically. He just made better albums than them. But in terms of actual lyrical ability, they're right there. They're right there with him.
So, before we get into your list, because I want to talk to you about your list, I want to talk about some albums that were hip-hop and that I felt were good that need to be mentioned. A$AP Ferg, Always Strive and Prosper was pretty good to me. I liked it. I enjoyed it. It wasn't the strongest, but it was still pretty good. And you know what? I'm going to go to the left, and I'm going to say Anti by Rihanna.
I can't shout
front.
Out to listen.
Let me tell you something about true hip hop heads. True hip hop heads are the ones who are on the low listening to R&B records, because that's what we do. That's what we do. For instance, when Usher dropped Confessions, you had real rap raw guys like, yo, Confessions was hot, yo. I thought you didn't listen to. Yo, Jagged Edge is still bummy ass dudes, but Anti definitely did it different, and I'm surprised because I've listened to all her other records, and it was just like, yo. She came through on it and she shut it down. She has a lot of great singles from it. Any Rihanna fan is blasting it. Any other I want to say traditional fan is blasting it as well. To the point, I think, and I'm going to say this, I'm probably going to get castrated, that it's more enjoyable than Lemonade.
Oh, you wildin' out. I'm not trying to mess with Beehive.
No. Hear me out.
You on your own, bruh.
Hear me out. I think Beyonce kind of set herself up for this one. The album before Beyonce was awesome. We had Partition. We had all these great songs. Even some songs I like that were very influential.
My favorite ever, Jay-Z drunk rap.
Of course. And then, of course, you get Lemonade. And don't get me wrong, Lemonade is a dope album. And it's spiritual, it's inspirational, and all this other stuff. Women empowerment, yes. But it's not the same vibe. It's not the same bop. It's not the same excitement as the one beforehand. And you know what? As much as I love Solange is great on a Sunday. I can't play that on Monday on the way to work. I need something to keep me up. I can play Rihanna, though.
Listen, that Rihanna album was tough. I have 9 tracks off of that in my favorites playlist. I've never had so many Rihanna songs in one playlist, and it was all on one album. Yep. I think that was her best work. I mean, was it like a cohesive masterpiece, like, say, a Beyonce? Literally the album Beyonce, not like Beyonce, that artist, but the Beyonce album? Mm-hmm. No. But those, that was the reason I think that Anti was Rihanna's best work to date. She had the hits. Of course, Rihanna needs hits. That's who she is.
Give us the hits.
But it was the hits and the challenges she took on the album. It wasn't just it wasn't a compilation album of just hit records. It was Rihanna doing records that you wouldn't think that she would want to do in this point in her career.
Right.
Because she knows the formula. The formula at this point for a Rihanna hit. Yeah. You really do. Get some Europop beats, get some island-flavored records, a catchy hook, and you're good to go. Right? Am I wrong?
Let's bring some Drake lyrics on that.
But at this point, she's doing records that are really personal. Even though, yes, they're being written by other people. Shut up, people. Get over that. They're being written by other people, but they're really personal records. She's challenging her own personal range in terms of singing ability.
Yeah.
People always make fun of her for she's not the greatest singer. Yo, you want to talk about you're not the greatest? She's the only one I've ever seen that does these 100,000 arenas, and she has no audio backing. That's just her. And so, I mean, Yeah, I really need to fall all the way back with that one. Your favorite artist is not doing that.
All right, so I'm just gonna say this. There's one last thing though. Although when she dropped it, Beyonce kind of outshone her though.
Why do you say that?
Because once Beyonce started like building up hype for her album Lemonade, I don't know if you remember, it was kind of like a race. Beyonce dropped the what was that track with her and for New Orleans, and of course you had Serena Williams twerking. Oh my God, Serena, please get some rhythm.
Oh my God, I know what you're talking about.
I can't remember it, but anyway, she
the Texas in the air.
Exactly. She dropped it. She was dropping that, and she kind of took Rihanna Shine because Rihanna Shine
Formation.
There you go.
How do I remember Formation?
How do we? We must be men or something.
Leave us alone, Beehive. We're just trying to live out here. Jesus, let us live. Let's cook.
So Rihanna was supposed to drop her Work video, and which she had 2 videos by, wasn't it Director X?
Yeah,
he needs to retire. Anyway,
hey, I like those videos.
I'm sorry, that was really good. Okay. Well, let's look at it in a quick mashup. What other Director X videos have you liked?
Everything he's done for Sean Paul.
Okay. So he's done way more than that. But everybody remembers the formula. It's always like 3 different windows and people in different, those windows at the same time.
Hey. It works.
It does not work. That's the point. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
It works.
Ladies and gentlemen, it worked for that, but he needs to retire. So like Beyonce Super Bowl performance kind of shut her down, even though Rihanna released it afterwards. Mm-hmm. So I'm sorry, Rihanna did her thing, but Beyonce still kind of outshone her. Showmanship. Go Beehive. Woo, yeah.
You wildin' out, bro.
Tell us about the list you had, bro.
So I created a little short list of my top 5 favorite rap albums of the year. This list by no means incorporates all the rap albums of the year that was released. That should have been considered. But basically, here's my list. I have number 5, A Tribe Called Quest. We got it from here.
Yes.
Thank you for your service. I'm not putting that on the list because I'm some kind of like, oh, this is that real hip hop. I'm not that person. I'm sorry. Like you can ask my brother Mayhem over here. If people are coming with that, like, yo, let's pick that positive stuff. What am I listening to?
The Locks. Rap raw.
You block.
Shoot the coat, cut it, cook it.
I am not a Tribe fan. I do not pretend to be a Tribe fan. I've heard their vintage stuff, and I appreciate it. But I'm not like a harper of it. And I think that's what made this album so good to me. I wasn't looking for it. I wasn't checking for it. I thought it was going to suck, to be honest with you. But then when it came out, I was like, yo, this is dope. Like, I enjoy it. Mm-hmm. You sound like yourself, but you don't sound like you're trying to be 1990, blah, blah, blah. It was just fun. I enjoyed the record. I highly recommend anybody listen to it, whether you're a fan or not. Number 4, I got Konnichiwa by Skepta. If you're like, who the hell is that? That was one of the biggest UK rappers in the world right now. If you don't know UK rap, I recommend this album for you. This album has Pharrell beats. It has some really great records. It's just like, it's the perfect introduction to both grime and UK rap, as Skepta can do both. And you're like, what's the difference between grime and regular hip hop? Grime is about 140 BPM. So it's just a really fast-paced rap that tends to go over like techno or dance beats. But Konnichiwa is a dope record. Check it out. Mm-hmm. Number 3, I put The Life of Pablo begrudgingly. Because despite me hating... I didn't hate this record. I hated this record. I hated this record. I really did. But here's the problem with this record, though. I have to put it at number 3 for the best albums of the year. Because this is the list is the best albums of 2016, not the best of Kanye's career.
Oh.
So if I'm comparing it to Kanye's career, trash. But if I'm comparing it to what everybody else did this year, you bastard. I gotta put you up there. Despite this having the worst bars Kanye has ever spit, it's an entire career on Father Stretch My Hands. The second part of that song is absolute trash. In fact, I put an automatic skip on that record, so when that part of Kid Cudi stops, that whole record skips to the next song because it's trash.
Oh my god,
trash!
I just want to remind people that Idris Elba is a rapper. Idris Elba's a rapper, and he's getting more props than Kanye. Go ahead.
The next one is number 2, Us or Else by T.I. This record came out of nowhere. It's only an EP. It's a few songs. Listen, Rubber Band Man making a politically charged protest album. Listen, ain't nobody see that. I'm sorry. Like, nobody saw that coming. And the reason I love this record, again, is not because it's a protest album. It's because T.I. is showing his lyrical dexterity. If you just thought that T.I. made these pop records that just sounded cool but couldn't actually rap, you crazy.
You haven't been rocking with him. You haven't been rocking with him. We know.
His beat selection is back to where it used to be, on point. And he's even bringing along some of the biggest street rappers of the current, generation, to make what will probably be their most conscious records ever. Like, you're just never going to hear Quavo talking about anything related to political stuff if it's not related to this record ever again. Just ever. Okay? And my number one of the year is Blackface LP, Schoolboy Q. If you don't like really dope gangster rap, this album is not for you. If you enjoy really well-crafted music, period, regardless of the content, this album is for you. Oh my God. It's the song alone, Tookie Knows Part 2. By the way, if you don't know who Tookie... is this Tookie Williams?
Tookie Williams, yeah.
If you don't know who Tookie Williams is, you might want to do your Googles. And once you do your Googles, you'll understand who Schoolboy Q is, and you'll understand why I named the song after him. But that record alone, listen, in the words of my friend who I played it for, he's like, I had to turn this record off. I was about to put him in the drive-by. I can't. I got the career in the future to think about.
Yo, that's crazy. We need to check that out. Definitely check that out. Spotify, all that good stuff. Spotify, if you hear this, sponsor us. Thank you.
Screw that. Napster, if you hear this, I'm paying for you. I'm like one of two people. Okay? Put your name on this podcast.
Yeah, one of two people. Oh, man. So, before we wrap this up, I just want to take a time out and shout out all the people, of course, who ever listen to our show. We're not famous yet, but working on it.
That should be our motto. We ain't famous yet. We're working on it. And that being said, we're going to wrap this up. Thank you for visiting. This is the last stop on L. It's your boy, Mayhem Mike. Boy, the instrumental, the influential, and always monumental.
Where is his mic? I need to take off his mic.
DannyOcion. You can find me at DannyOcion on Twitter. That is DannyOcion. And on Instagram, you can't find me because I'm private. Get off my page.
You might have heard some liquid being poured into juice. It could be Ciroc. It could be Cavassier.
That is Poland Spring, Negro. Stop the lies.
Poland Spring. Mayhem. Find me at YFR Mayhem. Twitter.com, of course. Don't look for me anywhere else. Did I stop on now? Deuces.